Wonderland, that there was an unnatural amount of aluminum in the soil, and that there was a program spraying aluminum and other heavy metals up into the atmosphere, and so I wanted to check it out. And that's the first way that chemtrails showed up for me. Basically, chemtrails is a
Okay, right off the bat, 30 seconds into this, not even 30 seconds into the video, we have our first fail. Well, the person here has identified the 3 turbofan engines, which is correct, that are on this particular aircraft. Those are not nozzles. I'm sorry, those are not nozzles. Those are flap hinges. I will show you a picture of what the flap hinges look like. All aircraft have hinges for the flaps. Some of them are designed differently, but on that particular model aircraft, here's a photo of exactly what the flap hinges look like. And here's a little piece of footage for you showing a landing with the flaps fully down so that you can understand what's going on there. Obviously those flaps have to hinge on something so they don't, they're not held there by, magic angel dust or anything like that. They're mechanical devices. Flaps go down, you don't want them to tear off. Okay, so I guess we've debunked the nozzle theory there, but clearly the more important freaky looking part of this video is you got this strange orangish reddish looking vapor liquid coming off the back of the plane, which is pretty impressive to look at. But if you actually know what you're looking at and you actually look along the top surface of the wings there, you have this phenomena that's often referred to as wet wings. The reason an aircraft flies is because the wings are shaped in such a way that as it travels through the air at high speed, it creates a low pressure zone because of the shape of the wing on the top of the surface of the wing, which creates lift, which causes the aircraft to rise up and defy the laws of gravity. Jet engines are simply pushing the jet through the air fast enough to keep that lift going. That's how a wing works, and while it seems pretty creepy and amazing to look at, what you're actually seeing there is just atmospheric conditions were just perfect enough that the wing is causing a wet wing phenomena, which isn't all that uncommon, but it's uncommon for anybody to see footage behind a humongous aircraft like that from that sort of distance. The reason for the color, well, if you notice throughout the video, the color seems to change. It's nothing more than a refraction of the sunlight through there. As a matter of fact, if you look close enough, you'll notice there's almost a rainbow effect going on there. It goes from near the wing there, it kind of looks a bluish to a greenish to a yellowish to a sort of reddish to a sort of purplish, just like a rainbow. Very cool video, certainly impressive to look at. Unusual atmospheric conditions combined with close-up footage of this, and you get something that you don't see every day. But like I say, how many people are actually in a position to be flying behind a big aircraft like that? So if you don't believe that, if you look throughout the video, you'll notice that the so-called chemtrail continues to change colors from rainbowy color back to what would look like just regular old water vapor. And that's simply because you're changing angles as the aircrafts are flying through the sky. That's why you can only see a rainbow from certain positions on the Earth, but they go away if you...
Engineering program where airplanes fly at high altitudes and they spray chemicals into the atmosphere, including aluminum, barium, and strontium. And then those metals fall to the ground and they land in our bodies, on the soil, in our trees, in our food, and in our water. Many people confuse chemtrails with the normal jet contrails. The difference is that the normal jet contrails actually dissipate within minutes, while the heavy metals in the chemtrails cause those trails to persist for hours. And
the friendly coast of England slips by below. It doesn't look like much now, but in a few hours when you come back, if you come back, this will be the most beautiful view in the world. Higher and higher, climbing to reach your best operational altitude, 25,000 feet, 5 miles straight up. So high you can't be seen from the ground with the naked eye. So high that after 1 minute without oxygen you lose consciousness. After 20 minutes, you're dead. From now to the target, you go about your routine duties, plot your course, check your equipment, and wait. And think. Higher and colder. Temperature 40 degrees below zero. Take off your glove and you lose some fingers. You look out at the strange world beyond. Reflections in plexiglass, like nothing you ever saw before, outside of a dream. Higher and higher into the lifeless stratosphere, until the exhaust of the engines mixing with the cold, thin air condenses and streams the heavens with vapor trails. They're far from beautiful, for they point like beckoning fingers to the formation, signposts in the sky for the enemy to spot us. For these bombers to accomplish their mission, a plan is needed. Carefully worked out, timed to the minute. The job is to bomb Wilhelmshaven effectively and economically. The enemy is strong, skillful, determined to stop us. Here are his defenses. Air drones.
Ground. When you